for our radio audience on the Roku side of things, we just showed a video of Billy Bob Thornton, the Academy Award winner, here a few years ago, talking about his most prized baseball memorabilia possession being an autographed glove from Brooks Robinson. And he got it sent to him as a Christmas present. And it said, from a big fan, is what Brooks Robinson said to him. And he said, wow, Brooks Robinson knows who I am. That is the end of it for me.
Very cool.
Says Billy Bob Thornton. Because Brooks Robinson meant so much to so many people. So it makes complete sense of the outpouring of grief and sorrow and love for Brooks Robinson when we found out last night that he passed away at the age of 88. And clearly, he's a Hall of Famer from not just his hitting and his winning, his fielding. I mean, I think you could basically say
the best.
Right?
Yeah.
That anybody who plays third base, any kid who plays third base, you know, mom and dad is showing that kid video on YouTube of Brooks Robinson. That's it. Like, he is,
no doubt,
he is, for third baseman, the name of the best fielder, the guy who would play the hot corner in a most cool fashion, the guy who would take the hot liner out of the air, or the most famous one where he's running full stride into foul territory to field a fair ball and leap and throw on one hop to get the runner in time for the out. That's the Brooks Robinson that we're showing on the screen with photographs for our radio audience on our Roku channel feed. And that's the Brooks Robinson that so many Orioles fans, O's fans will remember as well. Johnny Bench, did you see what he tweeted out? A Hall of Famer, fellow Hall of Famer.
What did he say?
Johnny Bench just simply said, I went 0 for 4 in hits to third base in the 1970 World Series. Didn't mention Brooks by name. The photograph we have on the screen, we just added to it. That's all Johnny Bench tweeted out.
That's
I
funny.
went 0 for 4 in hits to third base in the 1970 World Series.
Very good.
Right? Sums it up.
It's funny.
And then, of course, the stories about, most importantly, about Hall of Fame, is he's a Hall of Fame human. Scott Van Pelt, friend of this program. Chris, you were telling a story early on of what you saw on
Scott,
on Twitter
Scott
himself.
tweeted it out last night. It's a really long post if you want to reach out. But basically, when Scott was a kid, he was a huge Orioles fan. Obviously, he's from that area. He went to the game with his dad. Brooks Robinson at bat hits a foul ball. Scott's dad catches the ball. So now Scott has a Brooks Robinson foul ball. What a prized possession. So, of course, as any kid that age would do, you go home, you're playing catch with it. And Scott's like, I was playing catch with my friend, and at this point I should add that we lived at the top of a hill. Well, my friend did not catch the ball, and the ball rode down the hill into the sewer and lost forever. Well, Scott worked on ESPN Radio for a long time, told this story. It got back to Brooks Robinson, who sent him a ball, autographed, hope this replaces the one you lost. Just amazing.
I saw on Twitter as well a video of an elderly lady in bed. What was described was one of her final days getting a call from Brooks Robinson. I mean, I get misty thinking about just the beauty of humanity, that the stories that are countless, what he must have, I mean, how do you find the time in your day? I'm sure there must have been scores and scores of requests for this sort of reach out. And the only time I met Brooks Robinson, I've told that story before, I'll tell it again here. I was at a charity golf event in South Florida when it was on ESPN, And it was in one of those hotels that were spread out. You know, it was one of the resorts next door to Disney World. And I'm one of those guys, I don't like, when I go into a hotel, I like going up. I like going vertical. I don't like going horizontal. Just give me a room. I'll go in a hotel and I'll get in an elevator. I'll go up. That's what I want. I don't want to get in a van or whatever to get to some spot. Obviously, it's first class problems, but that's just the way I am. So it was a shotgun start in this golf tournament, 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m., and I was told to be ready at like 6:30, and I'm like, why? What are we doing? Like, you got to get to the course or whatever, and like there'll be a van to come get you, like be out front at 6:30. And I did what all single guys, as I was at the time, would do. Is I had a fun night the night before. My head was pounding, as I was waiting for the van, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I call the front desk, and I'm like trying to remain calm. Is a van coming to pick me up? They're like, what? We don't know. We don't have any van coming to you from the front desk. I'm like, is there anybody there from the golf tournament that's there in the lobby? And then somebody says, is anybody here from such and such golf tournament? I could hear they asked, and somebody goes, yeah, I am. That person gets on the phone, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, hello, and I'm like, yeah, I'm waiting out here for this van, trying to remain calm, waiting for this van. And I've been told to be here at 6:30, even though there's a shotgun start at 10:30. And again, my head is just throbbing. But in 15, 20, 30 minutes, do you know when the van's coming? He goes, I don't know, but I can look into it. And I'm like, okay. I think to myself, I better get this person's name. I'm like, who is this speaking? And the person goes, this is Brooks Robinson. And I'm like, oh, Mr. Robinson, I didn't know. Like, I asked someone from the golf tournament. He goes, yeah, I'm playing in it. He's just like, I'll help.
Hey.
He goes, yeah, I'll find someone. I'll tell him to send a van for you, Rich. Sure enough, within 2 minutes, the van comes around. Brooks got it done. Fielded it cleanly. Picked it out of the air.
Taking care of business.
He fielded everything cleanly.
And I felt like such an idiot.
This is Brooks Robinson.
This is Brooks Robinson.
Hey.
He's just like, yeah. He's like, anybody here from the golf tournament? Yeah, I'm playing. What can I do?
Did you have to like pause? Like, I know I'm drunk.
I wasn't drunk. I was hungover. The difference.
6:30. That's
I just
Well, you're
felt
still
like,
kind of drunk from the night before.
oh my goodness gracious! But I was, if you will, figuratively drunk, having had an interaction with the man. Rest in peace, Brooks Robinson. What a sweetheart of a soul and a warrior of the hot corner, meaning so much to so many people in the Mid-Atlantic area. A Baltimore Oriole of the first A-plus variety, back in the old Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Rest in peace.
16 Gold Gloves.
Oh, that's
insane.
It's an absurd number. It's an absurd number. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.